Now let's hope this is focused, but with my luck it's not gonna be focused because my camera has hated. What I did before YouTube? What I did before social media? For today's YouTube video, okay, so the other day I was talking to my sister and her girl, and then we were just talking about life, and then somehow it came up that what I used to do before YouTube, social media, you know, Instagram, the whole enchilada. And then I was sitting there, we were all on the couch, and I was telling them all these mad stories of what happened to me, of all these different things, and they were like laughing the whole time, and they were like, I can't believe that happened, I can't believe you used to work there and there and there. And I'm like, yeah, like that was my life. So I was like, you know what? I've never actually told my supporters that, and I'm like, why don't I make a YouTube video out of this and let them know what Salsa Rosa used to do before social media? Because people ask me actually all the time, like, what was your job? What did you do? And I'm like, let me tell them real quick, one time for the one time, right? So with that being said, as always, never forget to get your what? Your food, your snacks, your beverages, whatever it is that you like to munch on or sip on for the video, because like I said, food makes everything better. And let's get this video started in 3, 2, 1. Yo, it's hot. I'm inside dripping sweat. What did I do for social media? Well, I got my first job. Hold on, did I do anything at 16? No, I didn't. It was all actually, you know what? It was like kind of like the end of 16 and the beginning of 17 where I got my first job. So let's just say 17, right? So my actual first job, what the fuck was my first job? I've had so many jobs. Was it? Hold on. Okay, my first job that lasted 4 hours. Laugh if you want, I don't care. My first job that lasted only 4 hours was actually Domino's Pizza. But yeah, like it was really hard because like the first day I went in, my first day and my last day, like I resigned. I didn't quit, I just left because whatever. We were there and whatnot. I was there, and then look, sorry, my phone just fell. I don't know how to work the registers. It was my first day. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know how to answer I knew how to answer the phones, but it was just so hectic for the first day, right? So, with that being said, pretty much the first day that I was there, they had me pretty much making stickers for the boxes, like, you know, like their order name and whatnot. They were teaching me how to make pizza, which I didn't really work out too well. They were just telling me to do like, sorry, a bunch of different things. And I was like, all right, whatever. Then it was like, I think it was like 5 p.m., right? It was super busy. And I had just got there like 2 hours ago, so I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. It was my first day, like what do you expect? Nah. So then she was like, okay, what I'm gonna need you to do is I'm gonna need you to start answering the phones. And I was like, I got you. I was like, so you want me to take the orders, right? Like the orders that go out for delivery. She was like, yeah, that was like my boss. And I was like, yeah, I got you, like, let me try. Got a couple calls here and there, and I took them all, and it was actually like, it worked out really well. But then, oh girl, some lady decides to call, right? She called. She goes, yeah, so she didn't say exactly this, but it's pretty much like a complicated order. And I was like, girl, like I just started working here like 2 minutes ago, whatever. So for example, she was like, let me get 3 large pizzas, let me get half with cheese, with 1 with no cheese, 1 with like a little bit of like jalapenos, and this is all like different slice. One of the slices, can you make sure it has cheese in the crust? And then on to the next pizza, and I was like, what? What? Like, it wasn't that complicated, but her order was actually really complicated, at least for me, because like I said, it was my first day. I didn't know what I was doing. I was pressing all these crazy things. Like, it was bad. So I was like, ma'am, can you please repeat that like 1 more time? Like, I didn't really understand that. And she was like, I'm gonna tell you 1 more time for the last time. And I was like, girl, I don't know who you talking to. But I was like, okay, go ahead. Like, I didn't say all that because I wasn't trying to be rude. Like, I was working there, you know, customer service. But she repeated to me, and I was like, and I hung up the phone. So she told me her order again, and I was like, I hung it up, and I walked away and acted like nothing ever happened. I was like, my manager was like, did you get the order? And I was like, nah, they hung up. Oh, they hung up on you? And I was like, yeah, I think they changed their mind. Lying straight through my teeth, right? But guess what happens? Basically, like, I hung up on her, and I was like, that is a complicated order. I hung up, and I was like, That's my manager, like what I just said, like, oh no, they hung up on me, I don't know what was going on or whatever. She was like, oh, okay, that's weird. And I'm like, yeah, it's super weird, whatever. So then I start making stickers again for the boxes, right? 30 minutes later, an angry customer walks in. I personally, I do not know what's going on. I was like, I just thought it was an angry customer for something happened to her pizza. I was like, not my business, I'm not gonna handle it. I went up there, and I was like, excuse me, can I speak to your manager? And I was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, yo, like, they want to talk to you. And she's like, okay. She goes up there, then I started making stickers, so like they're talking this way and I face the opposite way. And then she was like, I don't know who I talked to on the phone. Immediately I was like, I don't know who you talked to either, girl. Like, you know that was me, but whatever. She was like, I called, I placed my order 2 to 3 times, and she hung up on me because it was hard. You shouldn't have people who are new working at the phones, people who have no experience. Go let them make the pizza or something. How annoying. And the manager was like, I am so sorry, ma'am. I didn't know that happened. Do you know what their name was? And I was like, my smart little self, I never gave her my name. I was like, hi, thank you for calling Domino's. How can I take your order? She didn't give me a name, but you need to find out who did it. Like, how it's so unprofessional. She's like, I will, ma'am. So she gave her pizzas and whatnot. Like, they made it, like, gave it to her. And then she's like, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, yeah. So she pulled me aside. She's like, look, I know that was you. And I was like, I never said it wasn't, like, it was me. I was like, it was just really, really hard. Like, but she was being rude to me on the phone, and I don't like rude people. Like, me and rude people don't get along. Like, what's good? Yeah, she was like, next time if you need help, you need to come ask me. And I was like, well, when I try to ask you guys for help, you guys ignore me because I'm like the new kid, the new person here. You guys are just like, no, go figure it out, go ask somebody else. So how am I supposed to ask you? Bitch, like, I tried. Next time, like, she was like being, honestly, I'm not even saying this to be dramatic, but she was being rude. And I was like, you know what? There won't be a next time because I'm out. She's like, excuse me? And I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I was like, this place is, I'm fucking, fuck this. So I literally walked out. I called my mom because, you know, I didn't drive yet till like a couple months later. And I was like, hey, I'm done with my shift. She's like, okay, I'll pick you up. She came and I was like, hey, by the way, I don't work here anymore. I quit. She's like, what? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? They were rude to me. I was not having it. This and that happened. And my mom didn't really say much. She kind of, I actually got paid $50 for working 4 hours. Kind of a lot of money for 4 hours if you ask me. And then I never picked it up until last year. So like a couple, 4 years later, basically, I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up my check. I was like, yeah, I never picked it up. I haven't worked here since I was like 17, but I'm here for my money. Like, my mom told me to go in. It was like the funniest thing ever. I didn't actually need it or whatever, but it was just hilarious. Like, you want to play some music? What's up? So then after that, I was like, look, I need my money. I'm about to be 18 in a bit. I'm not about to ask mommy for money for the rest of my life. Plus, I like to be very independent as it is. So I started applying so many different places. I was applying here, applying there, applying here, applying there. Oh my god, it was such a freaking drag, such a drag. Nobody would hire me, and I'm like, yo, I know I don't have work experience that much, but if nobody gives me a chance, I will never have work experience. As I was starting to like literally lose hope, and I was like giving up, and I was like, this is so dumb, like, this sucks. I get a call from Chuck E. Cheese. They called me. I went in for 2 to 3 different interviews, and I finally got the job. And I was like, yo, this is crazy, so dope. Like, this is awesome, right? Like, I was freaking stoked. So whatever, I got hired, and I was at Chuck E. Cheese actually for, I think 4 months. I think 4 months. I'm not exactly sure. The funniest thing happened there at that job too. Pretty much, you know how there's Chucky there, right? Someone has to dress up in that costume and whatnot. Apparently, the rule of Chuck E. Cheese, where I was in my hood, they were like, all the new people who we hire have to be Chucky. They have to be Chucky for like the first like 2 times, and I was like, I know how short I am, right? I know that costume is like this tall, but all right, you know what? Let me say no more. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna just work and just do my business how I was supposed to. So I put the Chucky costume on one day on some little kid's birthday, and the head was like bouncing everywhere. And I was like, this is heavy, like, I'm too short for this. Like, I'm too short. My coworker was laughing. She's like, yo, just get it done with, get it over with. Like, it'll be over before you know it. I put the pants on, which is where his legs, right? They were so long. You know how the legs supposed to be up to like from here to here, right? I had this much extra leg space down there, so it was like baggy, and I was like, I look like a kid in a Chucky costume. I look like a kid that I'm gonna go surprise another kid for his birthday. I'm like, I look crazy, but whatever. My coworkers were just laughing. It was like the funniest thing ever. And I was like, whatever, let me just do this. Look, nobody told me, and I also forgot, so that's kind of my bad. Nobody told me that Chucky was not supposed to talk. Like, if you guys have ever realized that if you guys go like go to Chuck E. Cheese, have you ever been? Like, this fool don't talk. He's just like, I forgot. Did anybody tell me? You know me. You like, y'all know. Everybody knows. Like, I love to talk all the time. Like, I'm never quiet. Like, I'm always gonna start a conversation with whether you're a stranger, whether I know you. Like, I'm gonna be in your ear all the time. So me being as social as I like to think that I am, I walk out and I'm like, hey, what's up, kids? Keep in mind, my coworker was with me the whole time. He was my first time. Why didn't you tell me nothing? Whatever. Go out there and I was like, what's up, kids? And they're like, oh my god, Chucky's a girl? And I was like, yeah, I am. What the heck? Sorry, like, I'm in a costume. Like, I gave it all away, and they're like, oh, okay. And then my coworker was like, okay, let's go sing happy birthday to them now. And I was like, all right, come on, let's go. Like, let's do it. Picking up my legs, trying to drag my costume. My brother's like, come on, let's go. Like, I can't walk, but I'm with it, right? It's a big mess. And then we sing happy birthday. I was like, happy Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Like, I was yelling out, like, it's Lil Kid's birthday, how exciting. You know, I'm all for it, I'm with it. And then my coworker was like, okay, you guys, Chucky has to go, say bye to him. Him, girl, whatever. Like, okay, bye, Chucky. And I was like, bye, it's good meeting you guys, happy birthday. In the mask, so I was like, happy birthday. Like, you couldn't really hear me, but you could hear me. And we got back into the room, my coworker started busting up laughing, and I was like, what is so funny? He was like, you're not supposed to talk. And I was like, I forgot. And I'm like, you couldn't tell me that. I was talking to them for a cool, like, 10 to 15 minutes, because they're like, Chucky goes out a little bit at a time. She's like, I'm so sorry, I forgot. And I'm like, okay. I was a for 4 months, which was a long time to me, because I would get hired places and I would like just quit after an hour, after 4 hours, after this. So I left it there, and I still talk to some people that I used to work with from there. Like, they're all super, super dope people. But then I had to quit. I didn't want to quit. Okay, maybe I want to quit a little bit, but not really. Then I had to quit because I was moving to San Diego. And I was living in San Diego for a minute. So when I moved to San Diego out there, I was like, okay, like, I need to get me a job. Like, I like to work, I like to have my own money. I could be struggling and I would never ask anybody for $1. So I go to the mall and I apply all these places. This woman that I know, I'm not gonna say names or how I know her because I'm a child of the Lord right now. God's got me. I don't think you guys know what it's called, maybe some of you guys might, but it's called New York and Company. It's like a store for a bunch of like older women, or like just like, to me it looks like a very professional store, like, you know, the blazers and the nice pants, you know, the things that I don't wear because I live in crop tops, hello. So yeah, basically I applied there. They did not want to hire me. I'm like, well, what did I do to you? Like, why aren't you gonna hire me? Like, I may not have that much experience, but I got a good personality, I feel like I can keep y'all here. I didn't say all that, but I was just like, just talking shit. So then the woman that I know, she talked to the manager, because her and the manager and the boss, they're like super, super cool. She's like, look, she doesn't have a job, she just moved out here, can you guys please hire her, like, do it for me? They did it for her. I worked there, right? My first day was after Black Friday, and that whole Black Friday, 24 hours I was working somewhere else, so I'll get there. But pretty much after Black Friday, when I worked like a long shift and I had to go here to my friends and do this and then go back to my shift and go on break, like, it was like a whole 24 hours where I didn't really leave the mall that much. It was crazy. I didn't work 24 hours, but I worked, it was long story. After that, being as tired as I am, that's why I hate 5-hour endings, so they make me crazy. I drank one, and then I had to go straight to that job, Nerd Company. My first day, what do you guys want me to do? Like, what you're gonna do? And all the girls were, I mean, I'm sure it's not like this in every location, but all the girls working, they were like elderly, like women, like they were just like older women. They were like mean to me. I was like, what is your problem? Like, I'm not the one, like I could show you, but I'm not gonna do that. Oh my god. What you're gonna do is you're gonna mop this whole store. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, I don't care. Work is work. As long as you give me my coins, I ain't tripping. Like, let's go. I started mopping and mopping, and they wanted me to remop that place 4 times because it wasn't good enough. Excuse me, I am Hispanic. My mom taught me how to mop, so I don't know what y'all talking about, but I kept remopping it. Then it gets better, ready? So then as I'm remopping, they don't like it. And I'm like, okay, I guess. So they were like, okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna clean all the windows. And I'm like, you realize I'm like this short, right? Okay. So they put me on a ladder to clean the windows. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, can I get like some help over here? So I was just minding my business, wiping the windows, mopping again, and wiping the windows. I look back, and because it got quiet. All the women were behind the register talking about their husbands, this and that, and what they had this for breakfast. And I dropped the mop. I dropped paper towel, and I was like, excuse me, can I get some help over here? I was like, it's my first day and I'm doing the most work here, and I was like, you're not about to treat me like crazy and try to make me do all the work because I'm new. Like, I'm not the one, I'm not stupid, I'm not like that. So y'all need to come over here and help me. Like, let's go, come on. Fair enough. They came over here and they're like, yeah, we were just taking a break. And I was like, oh, okay, you were taking a break. In that case, it's time for my break. They're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, it's time for my break. I dropped it and I was like, bye. I'm gonna be in the break room. I go to the break room and I was eating, like, I think I had green apples or something. And then my manager walks in, or my boss, whatever. She's like, are you ready to work now? And I was like, I've been here for 4 minutes. You guys are talking behind the register for like an hour. No, I'm not ready. She was like, no, it's time for you to work again. And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, I'm eating my apples. It's only been 5 minutes. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm done. So I'm gonna just go open the gate for me in front of the store and let me out. She was like, excuse me? I need you to open the gate and let me out because I quit. Quit again after a few hours because if I don't like where I'm working, I'm not gonna be there. I don't care how much it pays. I don't care who I'm with. I don't care where it's at. If I don't feel comfortable and happy, I'm not gonna work there. Sorry. And I don't care. And she's like, oh, so you're gonna quit. I was like, I just said that like 4 times. Like, can you open the gate now? Like, you're wasting my time. Like, I was pissed at this point. I left now. I literally, when I walked in, I was like, fuck this place. And they're like, and I'm like, have fun mopping. I'm not gonna mop again for you. Yeah, stupid. Then the next day I get a call. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys know the store. It's called Chic Shoes. It's like a super dope shoe store, and I was working there for a while. Like, best place ever to work at, best place. And mind you, this was years ago. Until this day, being years later, I still talk to like a few of my coworkers that used to work there. And that was like the best job I've had. I liked the environment. I liked that everybody was kind of like my age. They liked the music that I liked too. They were all like, they were very humble people. This is one thing that I'm proud of in my life. I didn't get a lot of awards growing up. I was always a bad child growing up. I was getting kicked out of schools, left and right for doing this and doing that. I liked this job so much and I knew what I was doing that every week I started to make more sales than everybody that was there for years. I made more sales than the manager because we got commission. So I was getting like a good amount of, a big chunk amount of money a week. And I just loved my job. And I got super sad when I had to quit, but I had to quit for relationship, you know, like it was like kind of personal reasons, but I ended up moving back to my like hometown. After that, I was just chilling, basically. I was just chilling. And then this little thing called social media came into the picture and I was like, what is this about? I was like, Instagram started getting popular, then Snapchat, then Twitter. And I was like, yo, I'm down. Yeah, then I started doing social media, like the best thing ever. And this is the best decision I've ever made. Not necessarily the best decision. The best thing I've ever done while working in the social media is not giving up. Because it can be really hard, it can be stressful. You have a lot of competition left and right. But I'm so glad that I never gave up. My so-called friends are like, what are you doing on social media? Why are you wearing wigs in your videos? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, it makes me happy. Like, shut up. Like, ain't nobody talking to you. I'm not downplaying your hustle, don't downplay mine. Like, I got pissed, right? Then, out of nowhere, I just started growing rapidly, and one day it blew up, and now I'm at 6.1 million on Instagram, almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Snapchat, I have a lot of people on there, a lot. And it's such a blessing because those same people who told me that I could never be anything in life, okay, this is a quote. First they ask you, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? What are you doing? Then after they see you doing it and making it, then they want to ask you, oh my God, how did you do that? How? And I'm like, oh, now you want to know. But weren't you the same person that was judging me like a couple years back? I will never forget you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is what I did before social media. Guys, like this video, put a thumbs up right now on this video, like right now as you see. Go ahead. As always, do not forget to subscribe down below right now and come join our family because our family is the best family there is out there. Hello. As always, say with me, Mama Biscuit loves you biscuits. Bye guys.